Welcome back to Boys on Film. Today we are reviewing Love, Simon, directed by Greg Berlanti. So, Raj.
Yes.
This is a movie that's been on at the BFI Flair Festival, which we've been attending.
Yep, absolutely. My top film to see at BFI Flair is Love, Simon. I've been excited for this film ever since the trailer has come out. As you said before, directed by Greg Berlanti, starring Nick Robinson. This is a coming out rom-com.
Yeah.
So basically you have a couple different ends of the spectrum. You have movies like Moonlight and Call Me By Your Name, very serious. Just whip that old dial back to the non-serious because Love, Simon is just a fun rom-com coming out. Movie, very lighthearted, very fun. A few emotional moments.
Hey! I like your boots! I said I like your boots! Goodbye!
Nobody knows I'm gay.
I'm finding that some of the comments around Love, Simon are a bit, I don't know, a little unjustified in some ways, because a lot of people are like, oh, this is unbelievable, this is trash, this looks stupid, I don't identify with this, blah, 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 blah.
Let's talk about these comments, because one of the comments that I've seen, I haven't seen the movie yet, but one of the comments I've noticed is that this is a film that we shouldn't need because a coming out story is not really relevant anymore. But I think it is for a lot of people. I think that, that situation is quite true.
Well, here's my opinion of this, and this may be more of a topical discussion than actually about the movie itself. But and we got into the same hot water with Call Me By Your Name.
We did,
but I think any sort of gay film is important, and for gay people to sort of poo-poo a film, that yes, it's mainstream. Yes, it's playing in mainstream cinemas. But the fact of the matter that, a gay-themed movie can play in mainstream cinema these days is quite an accomplishment. It says something about how far we've come. I mean, we've still got a ways to come, but, I think the message that a movie like Love, Simon sends out to sort of our gay youth now, it's quite a positive one.
Yeah, it's a strong message of acceptance, isn't it? Which is what it should be.
And the cast is very diverse. I think there's 3 black characters in it as well, so it's a very diverse cast. It's not like, a lot of the complaints I'm seeing is like, oh, they cast Nick Robinson, who's a straight white guy, for the film. Oh, it's not diverse at all. And I'm just like, well, first of all, Nick's brother actually came out when the movie came out, so he came out of the closet based off the reaction this movie is getting, so that is quite interesting. Greg Berlanti is an openly gay director as well. You might know him from TV shows like The Flash, DC Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow. So he's quite a well-known TV producer, but we're celebrating all things diverse in the film community. We're celebrating women directors now more. We're celebrating trans people on screen. Let's celebrate an openly out gay director.
I'm just like you. This was a mistake.
It being a comedy, does it feel genuine? Because that's always a difficult balance to get, isn't it? Especially with something of this subject matter. You've got to be very careful with it, but with the comedy, in some respects, that is a good thing because it's enlightening and it's positive. So, does it feel genuine? Does it feel like it's a film?
I mean, it is a bit campy in some areas. Maybe not as campy as some of the gay movies, like Another Gay Movie, or those sort of films.
But it's got to be entertaining too.
But
isn't it?
It is quite entertaining. It is fun to watch. I mean, I didn't have massive expectations of it, of being the most important piece of gay cinema I will ever see in my life. No, I kind of knew going into it there's going to be a lighthearted rom-com, and Simon falls in love, and the whole premise of the story is he's trying to find out who the other gay kid is in school because they've been sending email messages back and forth against the school sort of like Reddit board, and it sort of highlights the challenges of being gay in a social media world, which thank God, I'm so glad we didn't have social media when I was in school, because I would have been a mess. But kind of highlights that. And they brought in some actors from 13 Reasons Why, which is quite popular with the kids. So, you know, maybe young kids these days won't identify with movies like Call Me By Your Name or Moonlight because they're a bit too heavy and they might not feel realistic. But, you know, kids going to high school and dealing with high school problems and high school social issues and, you know, things on that level are probably more identifiable to kids than, you know, movies that we want.
Sure.
So it's just like, my opinion of the whole thing is, because of the fact that it is a gay-themed movie by a gay director, it's an important piece of film that we shouldn't poo-poo on. I think when we start poo-pooing on stuff that even our own community makes, we're just lending to this world's divisiveness.
We're not helping the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of counterproductive.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to like the film, but, you know, you don't have to like it at all. It could, if it's too childish for you, if it's too immature, if it doesn't feel realistic, I mean, that's fine. But I don't think we should be like, oh, get that film out of cinemas. That's awful representation of my tribe.
It does make you wonder if, you know, if a straight director had done this movie, how different it would have been. Because obviously, him being a gay man, he understands the struggles.
Yeah.
But then equally, if a straight man had directed the film, it shows that he's kind of embracing that whole lifestyle. So it's interesting.
I think it's worth seeing. I mean, there's, if anything, there's this dream sequence, dance sequence to Whitney Houston's "I Want to Dance with Somebody," which is very colorful and very camp. That is quite fun and adorable, and I don't think any gay person wouldn't appreciate it. Even at the end of the sequence, they're like, oh, maybe that was a little too gay.
Wasn't my proudest moment.
Was it cringeworthy in
No.
some aspects? I wasn't.
No,
you just
not
rode
at
with
all.
it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a cute film. I mean, I always kind of look around at people's reactions in cinemas when a film goes on, and you can tell people were quite into it. A few tears, even. I mean, yeah, and this, you know, the struggle is real. I mean, at the end of the day, coming out is never easy. For some people, it's easy. For some people, it's life-ruining.
And it's a different experience for everyone, isn't it? You know, some people, you know, like you say, find it easier, but also, you know, there are other things that you've got to think about, family, and, you know, it's not as clear-cut as a lot of people think.
You know, and for me, you know, by day, I peddle youth culture shit all over the internet. So it's like, I think this film is quite important for the youth culture of the world right now. It just tells a good, genuine story. And I remember when I was a kid, you know, there were movies out there like Broadway Damage and stuff that I identified with, you know, kind of like silly and camp when I was, you know, in my younger years. And so what's the harm in giving kids of this generation something similar?
Yeah, absolutely. So star rating, big
I
drum
would
roll.
give it a 4. It's a 4-star for me.
That's a good rating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Love Simon, if you've seen it, let us know in the comment section below. We'll be back for another movie review next Friday. See you then.